for the first time since Proverbs has been born, Veronica is going to be gone over the weekend. She's going to be taking a trip out of state to MC for a ministry engagement. And so this is an opportunity for Proverbs' dad, for me, to grow a little bit, because for the very first time, I'm going to be alone with Proverbs for an extended period of time. And the most worrisome part about it is that this is the first time that I'm going to be alone with Proverbs overnight. And Proverbs still breastfeeds. She's 22 months now, and she's very attached, literally. But this is an opportunity for us to help her get detached. So we're hoping that this all around is going to be beneficial for Proverbs and for us. Like I said, this is an opportunity for me to grow as a dad and to stretch my muscles as far as being more independent with Proverbs. And so this is going to be an adventure, to say the very least. When Veronica gets home from work, I plan on kind of surprising her with this video concept, because I didn't tell her that I was going to pick up the camera and record this when I dropped her off to work this morning. So I'm going to bring her on, and she's not even going to know what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to kind of fill her in on what I shared with you and get her perspective on how she's feeling as a mom, because this is also the first time that she is going to be away from Proverbs for an extended period of time and an overnight period of time. Okay, well, I'm back. Oh, we're back.
Yes.
My wife is off of work and she's here, and I said, hey, would you mind following me here a second? We're gonna shoot a little video. She's like, what? That wasn't planned.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
Well,
I don't have any makeup on.
I'm
It's
about
crazy.
ready to tell her what we've been talking about and to get her perspective on how she feels about it. So
I'm scared.
I told them
Mhm.
that I am going to be experiencing my first overnight all by myself with Proverbs,
Oh.
and you're gonna be out of state doing a MC engagement for ministry.
Yeah.
They already know how I feel about it. I told them that I'm bearing up and coping and God is my strength, but I thought maybe you should share with them how you're going to be feeling, because as a mom, that can't be easy either. And they also know that we're trying to weed her off of breastfeeding while you're gone. How is that going to work for you?
I'm actually going to take you guys on that trip. I was planning on taking you guys on that trip with me. It's kind of...
Well, okay, you can.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. I've never left her before overnight. So I'm very nervous about the whole thing. But because you are such a great dad, it's giving me a lot of peace, and
Yeah.
my spirit is calm. At the same time, too, I'm extremely nervous, not because you can't take care of her,
Well, that remains to be seen.
but because I think that she will miss me so much, and I'm going to miss her so much that I don't know if I'll be able to cope. So I'm going to go in and run right back. I have a big suitcase, so you would think I'm going for a month, but no, I'm only going for like 2 days.
That's
or
just
so.
how she packs.
Yeah, that's how I don't know how to pack light, but it is very nerve-wracking leaving her for the first time. But I'm also trying to wean her off breastfeeding.
Yeah.
She's almost 2, and it's time to start the weaning of, the milk.
It's time
And
to
re-
detach.
It's time to detach. It's really difficult to do that when you are present with your child. So sometimes in order to wean your kid off breastfeeding, you need to step away a little bit. So I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that Ted is willing to step in to take care of her while I'm away for those days. So, but at the same time too, I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, man, when I come back, will I still want to give her milk? Because I miss her so much. I just want to keep breastfeeding.
Probably the first thing. Be like, Booby, do you want Booby?
Yes, and she gets so excited to drink milk. So I don't know. I'm also hoping that by the time I get back, she will be like, oh, I don't want it anymore, mommy. I'm good. I do go to work. Like, I'm literally just walking into the house from work. And when I'm at work, she's with her dad when he's at home, not working. She's with him and she's fine. And I know she misses me here and there, but she knows I'm coming back. She knows mommy will be back in an hour or two. She knows that. But this time I'm going overnight. So I don't know how she's going to feel, but I'm excited to, I wanted to say this. Even though this is like, I'm working in a ministry, so this is all part of the work. Our daughter is almost 2, and none of us has taken any vacations. We haven't had any break. We are constantly going, working. And even when my mom is here with us from Ghana, I'm still working. He's working full time. We are not people that really are intentional about taking breaks. But in this season of our lives, we are trying to. We are working a lot, but at the same time too, we are trying to be intentional. So me traveling soon is going to be a very good time for me to just like vacation.
Yeah,
you know,
take that break.
Vacation, even if it's a physical vacation, because mentally I'll be here, but physically I'll be away. But that little break, I feel like will make me such a great mom and such a great wife. And I'm really looking forward to just like relaxing and just drinking coffee and just like no worrying about anything, just for like a day or two.
The way she's describing this, like she's going to be on FaceTime with me probably every other minute, calling me, how's Proverbs? How's Proverbs? Let me see my baby.
I have my alarm set to be on FaceTime, to call him, just to check in.
Yeah.
I just, it's really hard as a mom. You don't understand.
Yeah.
If you're not a parent, it's kind of hard to get it.
Yeah.
But there is this like attachment to the umbilical cord. Even when it's cut, your kid is still attached to you, and it's really, really difficult leaving your kid, even for an hour. It's so difficult. So I don't know. I'm really praying. I'm like, God, strengthen me, help me to know that she's fine. Her dad got her. She's with her dad. He got her. He will keep her safe, protect her,
Well, the other day, Veronica kind of needed some extra reassurance. I thought that I had already told her, hey, I got this. It will be okay. I've spent a lot of time with her, maybe not a full overnight, but it's going to work out. But I didn't realize she was still over there biting her fingernails and stressing like she is now. She's biting her fingernails and stressing. So, and I said, oh, I didn't realize that you needed the extra assurance. And so, I told her, no, everything's going to be fine. God's got us, and nothing's going to go wrong. This will be just fine. The time's going to fly, too.
I was just looking at him. And I'm like, why is he so relaxed? Like, I'm going, why is he so I'm like, are you sure you can do this? You got this? Can you watch her? You got to make sure this. You got to make sure she eats this. She does this. And he was looking at me like, I've done this before.
Yeah,
I can do. I'm like, no, not overnight.
I think this is a season of growth for all three of us. It's you're growing, I'm growing. This is a big step for us as parents. And Proverbs is growing too, because it's time for her to be weaned off of the breast.
Milk,
and for her to kind of transition to just solid foods, or at least, maybe some slightly warmed whole milk or something like that.
Yeah, she started eating solids when she was 6 months old, and she started eating everything that we eat. She eats fufu. Fufu is her favorite food.
Oh, she loves it.
Fufu. She eats soup. She eats everything that we eat.
Yeah.
But some days too, she doesn't want to eat. She just wants milk. And those are the days that, concerns are like, you want your child to want to eat. But kids are like that. For anyone who has a toddler, you know that sometimes they just don't want to eat anything. And so on the days where she doesn't want to eat anything, I'm like, okay, you have milk, but now I'm going to transition her into the whole milk from the store, the organic whole milk, so that I can switch that or make her smoothies here. She loves smoothies. They are her favorite thing. And make her smoothies throughout the day to substitute with the breast milk. So my plan when my daughter was born was to breastfeed her until she turns 2. I've read articles and I watched documentaries that talks about breastfeeding your kid until that age because it's good for them. And when I tell you there is evidence of this breastfeeding for this long in her, she is so smart. She is incredibly smart. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you know how we have your kid and you are tuning their own, how do you say? You are tuning their horn because
you're tooting your own horn in a way.
I'm tuning my own horn because she's my kid.
Of course you're bragging about your own kid.
Yeah, she's my kid.
Oh yeah, she's Einstein. Oh yeah, she's a prodigy.
Yeah, but she is a prodigy.
She really is.
She's
quite
so
incredible.
smart.
Yeah.
When I tell you she's smart, she's extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
And I think breastfeeding this long has a lot to do with it. I'm just really grateful to God for all that He has done with her. And so my plan all along was to breastfeed her until she's 2. And so I've stuck to that plan and I've done it. And she's almost 2. She'll be 2 in July. And so I've done it, literally next month, And so it's time to start like taking a step back and just like allowing her to explore other options, like eating more food and not just be so reliant on the breast milk by itself. So being away this weekend will be great. And you will do fine. You are you are a great father. You are kind, you are strong, you are patient with her. And I have so much trust in you. It's amazing.
Well, we have a ton. I have a ton of training.
Yes,
you trained me up, and we had the help along the way. Your
Yes.
mom was here on 2 separate visits from
Yes.
Ghana,
Mhm.
maybe about 5 months-ish
Yeah.
each time. And so she was there to help us, and we learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot from both Margaret, her mom,
Yeah.
as well.
And your sisters.
Yeah,
You've
my
had your
sisters.
sisters' kids,
Yeah, and I've
yeah.
been watching her kids too for years. And so
Yeah.
we have a lot of experience. So with all that combined together,
Mhm.
we've got this
Yeah.
in the bag.